ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तावत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्च अर्थेष्वभिघ्नस्वराट् दीने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवण त्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं समस्तदेवताभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो ब्राह्मणेभ्यो आचार्येभ्यो भक्तेभ्यो साधुभ्यो साधकेभ्यो तीर्थेभ्यो क्षेत्रेभ्यो नदीनदेभ्यो शास्त्रेभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री परब्रह्मणे महाविष्णवे ब्रह्मणे सनकादिमुनिभ्यो नारदाय वेदव्यासाय सुखब्रह्मर्षये सूतमहामुनये शौनकादिऋषिभ्यो अत्र्यादिऋषिभ्यो प्रह्लादादिभक्तजनेभ्यो आदित्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यो मत्स्यादि अवतारेभ्यो दक्षिणामूर्ति दत्तात्रेय हेग्रीवादिगुरुभ्यो आद्यशंकराचार्य आर्यादिगुरुभ्यो नमः। माता पितृदेवताभ्यो नमः। दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती स्वरूपिण्यै नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणम् एकादश स्कन्धः मुक्तिर्हित्वान्यथा रूपम् स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ अष्टादशोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच Hari Om, salutations to the Lord, to entire Bhagavatacharyas who are trying their best to guide us. May we all keep our egos aside, allow the grace of the Lord, the Gurus, to happen in our own evolution, in our own enlightenment, in our own experience of what is actually is, what is truth, what is reality. And all these knowledges that are given in our Shastras are one, tried and experienced things by all the gurus trained. Second is they are just coming out of only one intention, that we all also practice them and get a benefit out of them, get out of the clutches of the samsara. May that goodwill as they have towards us, we have our towards ourselves, our own shastras, our own study and our own sadhana, and help ourselves. We are in this 18th chapter of 11th Mukti Skandha, where we are seeing, though Bhagavan is categorized it under the Vanaprastha and Sannyasa Dharma, but we can see every shloka talks about the understandings mainly, having gained which we rise a notch above from the level where we are now. When that understanding becomes practical, in the experience also we can see we have risen above from the petty paltry worldly experiences, either of the trickling sukha dukkha or of the miseries. We rise above both to the non-reacting aspects in the life world, so that we are peaceful, and also we can touch the self, touch the divinity in us as well as everywhere. That is the purpose of all these teachings of Upanishads or Bhagavata or Ramayana or all our Shastras. Let us chant. Yesterday we saw up to 29th mantra. So let us chant from 28, and today we will try to see maximum. Om Ajnana Nishtho Virakto Ma Madbhakto Vanapekshakaha सलिङ्गानाश्रमान् त्यक्त्वा चरेद विधिगोचरः बुधो बालकवत् क्रीडेत कुशलो जडवच्चरेत पदेदुन्मत्तवत् विद्वान् गोचर्यां नैगमश्चरेत वेदवादरतो न स्यात् न पाषण्डीन हैतुकः शुष्कवादविवादेन कञ्चित् पक्षं समाश्रयेत् नोद्विजेत जनाद्धीरः जनं चोद्वेजयेन्नतो अतिवादान् स्थितिक्षेत नावमन्येत कञ्चन देहमुद्दिश्य पशुवत् वैरं कुर्यान्न केनचित् एक एव परो ह्यात्मा भूतेष्वात्मन्यवस्थितः यथेन्दुरुदपात्रेषु भूतान्येकात्मकानि च अलब्ध्वा न विषीदेत काले काले शनं क्वचित् लब्ध्वा न हृष्येत धृतिमान् उभयं दैवयन्त्रितम् आहारार्थं समीहेत युक्तं तत्प्राणधारणं तत्त्वं विमृश्यते तेन तद्विज्ञाय विमुच्यते यदृच्छयोपपन्नान्नम् अद्यात् श्रेष्ठमुतापरं तथा वासस्तथा शय्यां प्राप्तं प्राप्तं भजेन्मुनिः शौचमाचमनं स्नानं न तु चोदनयाचरेत् अन्यांश्च नियमान् ज्ञानी यथाहं लीलयेश्वरः न हि तस्य विकल्पाख्या या च मद्वीक्षया हता आदेहान्ताच्पतिख्यातिः ततः सम्पद्यते मया दुःखोदर्केषु कामेषु जातनिर्वेद आत्मवान् अजिज्ञासितमद्धर्मः गुरुं मुनिम् उपाव्रजेत तावत् परिचरेत् भक्तः श्रद्धावान् अनसूयकः यावत् ब्रह्म विजानीयात् मामेव गुरुमाद्रुतः यस्त्वसंयत षड्वर्गः प्रचण्डेन्द्रियसारथिः ज्ञानवैराग्यरहितः त्रिदण्डमुपजीवते सुरान् आत्मानमात्मस्थं निह्नुते मां च धर्मः अविभक्वविकषायोऽस्मात् अमुष्मात् च विहीयते भिक्षोर्धर्मः शमो अहिंसा तप ईक्षावनौकसः गृहिणो भूतरक्षेज्या द्विजस्याचार्यसेवनम् ब्रह्मचर्यं तपः शौचं सन्तोषो भूतसौहृदम् गृहस्थस्याप्युतौ गन्तुः सर्वेषां मदुपासनम् इति मां यः स्वधर्मेण भजन्नित्यमनन्यभाक् सर्वभूतेषु मद्भावः मद्भक्तिं विन्दते दृढाम् भक्त्योद्धवानपायिन्या सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सर्वोत्पत्त्यप्ययं ब्रह्म कारणं मोपयाति सः इति स्वधर्मनिर्णिक्तः सत्त्वो निर्ज्ञातमद्गतिः ज्ञानविज्ञानसम्पन्नः न चिरात् समुपैति माम् वर्णाश्रमवतां धर्मः एष आचारलक्षणः स एव मद्भक्तियुतः निःश्रेयसकरः परः एतत्ते विहितं साधो भवान् पृच्छति यच्छ मां यथा स्वधर्मसंयुक्तः भक्तो मां समियात् परम् इति श्रीमद्भागवते महापुराणे पारमहंस्यां संहितायाम् एकादशस्कन्धे अष्टादशोऽध्यायः ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम श्रीभागवत शरणं मम श्रीसद्गुरु शरणं मम श्रीसूत शरणं मम श्रीशुकदेव शरणं मम श्रीव्यास शरणं मम श्रीनारद शरणं मम श्रीकुमार शरणं मम श्रीब्रह्मा शरणं मम श्रीविष्णु शरणं मम श्रीपरब्रह्म शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम शरणं मम शरणं मम श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे श्रीकृष्ण गोविन्द हरे मुरारे He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva, He Nath Narayana Vasudeva. Om Mukhaṁ karoti vācālam pangum langhayate girim yatkrupātamaham vande परमानन्दमाधवम् स्वर्गे सत्ये च कैलासे वैकुण्ठे नास्त्ययन् रसः अतः पिबन्तु सद्भाग्याः मामामुञ्चदकर्हिचित् ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्ति धरस्वधाम्नान्यान् शस्तचरण श्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम् ओम श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्रीमद्भागवत महापुराणमेकादश स्कंध मुक्ति हित्वा अन्यथा रूपं स्वरूपेण व्यवस्थितिः अथ अष्टादशोऽध्यायः। श्री भगवानुवाच both the experience or the proof of Bhagavad Krupa as well as the means of Bhagavad Krupa both are satsang only. If we are entering into satsang, that means Bhagavan's Krupa is fully there on us. So, because we are coming to the satsanga regularly, we are becoming again more and more deserving for the Bhagavad Krupa. May it continue. And then, whenever we are in a state of non understanding or a confusion, refer to that Bhagavad Krupa called as satsanga. Shastra. We are so lucky for us, we only on the pressing of the button distance are all these Shastras available to. So let us be in that way wise. First of all, use the knowledge already given to the best of our ability. And being human, lot of forgetfulnesses would be there in our mind. Even then, my suggestion is what? This 11th skandha of Bhagavan's Bhagavata Purana, Mukti Skandha, should always be a reference point for us to have the higher understandings to come out of the problems created by the lower mind or lower understandings. So, any day at random, or if it is possible, more regularly, restart listening 11th skandha right from beginning. I tell you, definitely the required maturities come to us. If not regularly, whenever you are at ease or peace or time is there, or when you feel some relaxed time or need or in sattva mana you are there. Just you have all these talks. Almost 140 talks we had on this 11th skandha itself. More than that, I don't remember how many. But then every talk you listen, some shloka of Bhagavan is continuously empowering in knowledge. Anything you refer, 11th skandha, talk number 20, 30, 40. Because there is no manipulation here. What Bhagavan spoke for our own redemption or our own evolution, that is what we are putting. Again and again, when we listen, our hearts get filled with this higher knowledge. Other than that higher knowledge, what else can protect us? Nothing can protect. So feel that type of urge inside, need inside, and get those blessings continuously from Bhagavan Krishna by studying the Ekadasha Skandha. More higher you want to be, where only revel in the Advaita Brahma Tattva, then we have to read, re-study the morning class which we are studying, the Mandukya Upanishad, which has such a powerful influence if we really apply ourselves to it of taking us so near to the Atma Tattva through Shastra quotes, through also the logical explanations. These two can become the source for us for our enlightenment progressively achieved day by day. This already Bhagavan has given to us. So may we involve in that more and more intensely so that we truly make our lives so beautiful. Whatever happened in the past, okay, it's gone. About future life, let Lord know it. But right now, these days are in our hands. The moments are ours. The opportunities are plenty. Abilities are already given. No, we have to combine all these things and make best out of these opportunities. And along with the intellectual understanding, even a few things we practically start doing, then the joy of doing and the result of it both becomes ours. That is called sadhaka lakshana. Sadhaka goes to Guru, puts his problem in front. Guru gives solution not only to the immediate problem, but he adds to it the solution for all the past, present, future problems. Having known that, the sadhaka is he who starts unbiasedly, egolessly implementing them. The one who has got ego, he will not listen, he will not understand, he will not accept, he will not change him, he will not practice. So keeping little bit that aham side by side and keep doing. And there's no need to have aham. Knowledge belongs to no one, nobody gave us. It is Paramatma's knowledge. It can come to us through any individual, through any master, through any acharya. How does it matter? Which scientist discovered that medicine, in which company it is made, who are the actual people when the medicine was made were there. Do you know all of that? Yet we take medicine and medicine works. We don't know which is a field in which these tomato, potato which we eat are grown, which is the farmer who is the one who cut it, packed it, brought, sold. नहीं पता. But खा रहे कि नहीं, भूख मिट रहा है कि नहीं. In the same way, the spiritual knowledge, Shastra Jnanam, eat it, it will help you. Don't worry about the source. If you worry about source, your ego comes. Ego comes, then you are biased. When you are biased, you will not use it. When you don't use it, it won't help us. So this is how slowly, delicately, we only are the obstruction in our own growth. Else, by God's grace, very long back, we should have got our own experience of this self. So in which way I myself am becoming obstruction to me, like just now I said, with my own ego, keeping that aside, when we can really practice the things, we can see the change. Okay. Yesterday we saw in Vana Prasthasra, that's we have seen. Then very important Vedantic slokas were Naitad Vastutaya Pashet Drushyamanam Vinashyati. Everything which is Drushya is destroyable. Therefore, don't take it as permanent or real thing. How much ever Vyavahara you need to involve in, Vyavahara say Utna Karo. Don't expect anything to last longer, last infinitely, last permanently. It won't be. So that Vastutaya Nagranayat. It's only Vyavarika Satta, not real. Whether it is an object or the people or the relativity, कोई भी ऐसा जगत में सत्य नहीं है. So in this way, don't give reality and don't trouble yourself. What happens is, I give reality and eternity to that, but it is neither real nor eternal, therefore it goes away. So my insistence that it is reality and it is eternal is the one which makes me miserable. When we in advance know that anything comes, goes, and you are ready for that arrival, utility, and its disappearance, you will not be hurt much. And keep in mind once for all how much ever wonderful the persons may be, the relations may be. Like for the Gopikas, the Lord Krishna. For Uddhava, the Lord Krishna. They also will have to go away, at least physically. Therefore, the only way to avoid the dukkha and disappointment is never expect anything to be vastutaya real. Then continue living with whatever people are there. They give love, they don't give. A sub secondary. That's okay. Nobody can avoid it. Even in the Avatar Kala, to Bhagavan, even to Gurus Mahatmas, people came who loved them, who hated them, who gave them gifts, who fought with them, who cheated them. This is obvious. This is a play of samsara. Everyone will go through it. But do you give reality? Yes, then you are bound to suffer. That's samsara. If you say it's okay, part of the game, you are less suffering. You are giving more importance only to the absolute truth, you are in bliss. So, naitad vastudaya pashed drushyamanam vinashyati. Then asakta chittaha, without any asakti in the mind, just like we have towards our gurus, our dharma, our shastra, how we are detached in the same way, detached to all the things, viramed ihamutratra chikirshita. This thing will come till we are near to the reality. That iha amutra, for all the things which we generally think we must have viramet means withdraw your desire for them because they are temporary. Then only what is permanent you can inquire and we can go for it. So that should happen very deeply. As I am speaking now to you, to me it should happen first while speaking, and the same thing should enter to you. Iha, in this worldly, all this Sukha Bhoga, and in how many our future better lives I am going to have in terms of outer luxuries, comforts. Even it can be Indra Loka, Mahendra Loka, Rasatala Loka, Kubera Loka. All of them are so high standard in terms of standard of living. Yet all of them are Nashvara. Therefore, don't seek it. If you seek, you go. After going, it will be one day exhausted, you have to come back. Actually, the only goal should be reach to that greatest bliss, having gone where there is no coming back. And that is only in the Atmanubhuti. Be clear about it. This thought, when again and again entertained, then our insistence to involve in the temporary, trying to make it permanent, that goes away. Then our inclination to reach to the permanent grows more and more. Such one is a genuine seeker from within. To him only all the teachings of the Guru, guidance of the Guru become fruitful, useful. Let us be that. That's the essence of this shloka. Asakta chittaha viramed idamutra chikirshitat. Then the higher logic is given. Yadetad atmaniji jagat manovak prana samhatam sarvam maya iti tarkena swastha tyaktva na tatsmaret. It's a very high level of understanding essence of Upanishads in one shloka Bhagavan said. But so many steps in that we have to add to and understand. But the summary is this much. The entire world at the Vyashti and Samashti level, in which Mano Vak Prana Samhatam are there. I told you Mano Vak Prana Samhata means entire upadhis and the objects that are perceived through the upadhis. This is what the entire life. Every day, from morning till evening, from birth to death, in millions of lives, what was happening to us is with Manovak Prana Samhatam means the assembly of the personality layers, those corresponding respective perceptions, experiences we are having. Morning class, Upanishad. Very clearly, Bhagavan started. Like the alate spandamane nabhasa tatonyataha, because the alata spandamana jagat. So too, because the chitta spandamana, the grahya grahaka bhava has come. Morning class, evening also. Same thought is saying. That this entire drama of experienced world and experiencing upadhis, all of that is superimposed on the real self because of Maya. This we have to keep on insisting in our understanding. Tarkena. The tarka is the swapna tarka. Example of swapna with that the tarka. Example of the Rajju Sarpa. Example of Ghatakasha Mahakasha. All these should be repeatedly. Take the example, understand it, apply it in the self. Yesterday we also saw how I, the continuous, constant, pure conscious existence alone is permeating in and through every layer of my upadhis as well as the world that is experienced. I am in every experiencer. I am in every experiencer. I am in every experiencing. How can be I myself am there in every experiencer and experienced in only one condition? That the I alone is appearing as, I am appearing as these three. Then only it is possible. And that is what the Shastras say. Without my awareness, the object can't be. Without my awareness, subject can't be. Without my awareness, the contact between subject and object called experience can't be. Now, how can what it should indicate to us? This logic should indicate to us what? These three cannot be without me means I alone am without in the form of them. So the pot cannot be without mud means what? Mud alone is in the form of pot, no? Pots come and go, mud will not go. In the same way, this Triputi comes and goes, but Paramatma, the real self, remains the same. Then why this triputi is coming? Because of ignorance of your real self. What is the problem in that triputi? That you are continuously, constantly going through limitations and conditionings because of them. Thereby you are suffering. You're not fully opening up yourself to the continuous experience, limitless experience, unconditional experience of the self. उपाधियां निरुपाधिक निरंतर आत्म आनंद को पाने नहीं देते हैं, इसलिए उन उपाधियों को, उनके द्वारा होने वाले सारे अनुभवों को हमें बंधन मानकर उनका त्याग करना है. सर्वम मायेति त्यक्त्वा स्वस्था. That's all. Stay yourself in the identity of your own true self. None of these three. Swastha tyaktva, then na tatsmaredo. Then never ever give even a thought or memory also for both this perceiver, perceived. These are all because Maya, unwanted. Not only unwanted, they are binding. Again, I am repeating, what is the binding aspect of samsara? That it is not allowing us to fully experience our infinite bliss. This shloka is the one every day we can study in your and your angles, more and more explanations. But essence one must catch. That in my pure self, the triputi of drashta, darshanam, drishyama superimposed by Maya. What is Maya? Which is not independent. It is Bhagavan's Ananta Shakti. What is to be done? Established in the Bhagavan. Then the Maya and Maya Krita Triputi, Triputi Krita Bandhana will no more be binding us. Try for it. Little. Don't say it is impossible. Don't say I don't want it. Say it's possible, I want it. And walk little by little. So it will not happen. With so many of our immaturities, ignorances, so much of our identification, so much of tamoguna, all that is so much is there, it won't allow us to pierce through these sublime understandings. It's true for all of us. कोई बात नहीं, बट लक्ष्य दृढ़ रखो, एक एक जन्म में थोड़ा थोड़ा आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे. ओके, देन he says here, ज्ञाननिष्ठो विरक्तो वा मद्भक्तो वा नपेक्षकः सलिंगानाश्रमान् त्यक्त्वा चरेद विधिगोचरः. That's what. Through whatever the process we have reached, some reached me through jnana-nishta, establishing in Aham Brahmasmi. Viraktova, some gave up every of the upadhis, inner and outer. They also reached. Third one, what? Mad Bhaktaha. Third one, by taking the name of Lord, doing the upasana of Lord, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Bhadasevanam, in the divinity they merged their individuality. Fourth one was Anapekshakaha. By totally not expecting anything. When nothing is expected, the mind dissolves. He also got experience. So in all these four paths, Jnananishtaha, Viraktova, Madbhaktova, Anavekshakaha. Jnananishta is Jnana Marga, you can say. Madbhakta is Bhakta Marga, and you can say. Virakta, you can say Yoga Marga. Then Anapekshaka is Karma Yoga Marga. Karma Yogi, Phalasakti nahi rakta. And yoga sadhaka virakta because chitta vritti nirodha has done. Madbhakta is always surrendering to the Lord in Sharanagati. Jnana-nishta is always doing chintana about the tattva inside him. Either of all the four of them, through whatever mean they reach truth, having reached there, salingana ashraman tyaktva. Such person should give up all the identity with the ashrama and ashrama identity related lingas. The chihnas, the lingas, and all. They were required at that stage mm, for disciplining ourselves because an identity disciplines us. Ki, I belong to this, so I follow those rules, then I get benefited out of those rules. But in the highest experience of the self, no stula sukshma karana, then how can there be any ashramas or the lingas? So even rise above that and taste that avadhuta experience also. This is the Lakshana of the Avadhuta. Yesterday we tried to see to some extent. Such Atyashramastha, beyond even sannyasa ashrama, how he stays, how he should live is spoken in the next few shlokas. Beautiful it is. First one is what? Salingan ashman tektva chared avidhi gocharaha. Avidhi gochara means for him there is no vidhi vidhana imposed. How can there be vidhi vidhana in the Brahmanubhuti ultimate? That is only for the jivas who are trying to reach to Paramatma. And there is vidhi vidhana for those who belong to Varna and Ashrama, because that is how they guide others. But the one who decided even to go beyond avidhi gocharaha, totally he is not caught up even the vidhi. It's sarvadharman parityaja type. Not for you and me right now. This is the ultimate thing indicated. But we have to grow from where we are, slowly following varnashrama achara and purifying inner self, and slowly develop devotion and jnanam. And as we develop it, better and better opportunities come to us. But Bhagavan is laying down in front of the highest possibilities before he leaves this loka, goes back to his Vaikuntha Adi. पूरा बता के जा रहे, इसका मतलब नहीं कि हम यहाँ पहुँच चुके हैं. हमेशा याद रखना, जितना भी वेदांत, whatever Vedanta we listen, we must know we are still at the level of vyasanas, we are still at the level of ahankara, we are still at the level of ragadvesha, we are still at the level of ego expectation. From there only we have to work out. In a seed, there may be gigantic tree, bigger one, but its sprouting starts only, its growth starts from the sprouting only, seedling only. थोड़ा थोड़ा ही वो बढ़ता है. Is it not? The genius of today of 70 years was in his own inherently was so right from birth, but slowly it took year by year to open up. Then he became great in that particular field. So too, we have to start from where we are only, and we must know where we are, then where to reach and how to reach. What is final? Bhagavan is saying. Through sannyasa ashrama, reach to the self, then all those ashrama, lingas also just give up, and avidhi gocharaha chareto. And to him, some avidhi gochara is not for us. We have the vidhi vidhana. Vidhi nisheda is very much is there for us. Just Bhagavan said avidhi gochara, therefore I am already not following any vidhi. I thought of starting, but Bhagavan himself said don't follow any rules. So I'll at least follow this point of Krishna, then don't follow any rule. That way, let us not be crookedly intelligent. It's not intelligence, it's self-cheating, self-deceit. No. Then he says, Budho balakavat kridetu. Is it not? Budho balakavat kridetu. Means what? He is wise, knowing the truth, but his movements are like a child, and he is sporting only everything. You can see that in Puja Gurudev. And every time Gurudev is like a child, himself in a laughing mood, giving that laughter to others. Childlike, not childish. Balakavat Kridet. In that light, what is Balakavat Kridet? Child is in the present, not in the past or future. And child is actually in meditation. He has no identity of his ego also. He fully engrosses in that. Whether it may be eating an ice cream, whether it may be playing with the other friends, it may be even fighting with them or got hurt by them, it may be even crying also. He is in full meditation. पूरा उसको ना, he will not have that ego of past or future. He'll have the individuality of the present, which is totally soaked in that. When something surprising is seen, he expresses that surprise and enjoys. Not like you and me, who have an ego, "हाँ, हमको बहुत बार देखा है हमने." We are so egoistic. Everywhere we bring our ego. Like a guru is giving lecture, we already say, हाँ मैंने already पढ़ चुका हूँ और कहीं सुन चुका हूँ. मतलब सुधरता ही नहीं हूँ, ये गुरु को भी हरा दूंगा मैं. That is the attitude that I'll defeat this guru also by not allowing him to improve me. That is the signs of a age-wise grown, immature individuality. Children doesn't have that. That is why Buddha, fully in that wisdom of the whole world is mithya, yet kridayat balakavato. includes everything. Child, when he is playing is tired, भूख लग रही कहता है, दिया तो खा लेता है. When he feels sleepy, he sleeps. 2 बजे रात में जागृत हो गया, उठ जाता है वो. You know the children, they get up and they are so play in the playing mood. At 2 o'clock night, 1 o'clock, parents are worried. क्या करे शैतान, सोता नहीं, सोने नहीं देता. That's the meaning, the entire meaning of Budho Balakavat Kridat. Staying in the present, fully in the mood of meditation, in the activity that is involved in enjoying that, in that bliss. So Budho Balakavat Kridat. Second one, ha, Kushalo Jadavat Charet. He is Kushala. He has got answers for every question. He has solution for every problem. But then Jadavat Charet. Just like you let as you know nothing. Only one thing, because nobody wants solution of the problem correctly. They want that solution which is satisfactory to them. But thing which is satisfactory need not be solution. Is it not? There are very few people who really ask for solution. Many people ask for saying those things which they like. That's how even the guru, if he doesn't say what we like, we leave the guru and go. That is the ego. Very tough to leave that ego and accept solution. That is Mahatma knows. Therefore, he is Kushala, but Jadavat Charet. For both reasons. For his own standpoint, he has solution every problem. But problem is not there because world itself mithya already given up according to the earlier shlokas. Second is nobody wants that. Your solution and suggestion nobody wants. You ask us, मैं बताता हूँ, कोई भी नहीं मांगते, मांगे देते तो लेते भी नहीं, फ्री में भी तो नहीं देते, नहीं लेते. People are happy in their own ignorance, stupidity, arrogance, negative qualities, their own habits. That is why to change is never difficult at all. What is difficult is to be ready to change. The willingness to change is impossible. If that happens, change is next moment. So, Budho Balakavat Gridet, then Kushalo Jadavat Charet. Yes, beautiful that life is. Jadavat Charet. That Kujliness to suggest others, to help them out, is allowed in the beginning to come out of ego selfishness. उसके बाद बैठे रहो बस, एक तमाशा. Then once you start involving with your kushalata, two things will happen. For me, again, the world starts becoming real. Then I forget the one infinite blissful self. Second is what? People start depending more and more on us, and they unnecessarily for what all the silly things they fall on our head. When those really Mahatmas, I've seen a few of them in my life, I tell you, now I'm understanding their Kripa and Karuna. In the Siddha Sthiti, Avadhuta Sthiti, people come to them for such a silly problems and questions. And he's out of love and compassion, he answers them. It's sheer compassion and love. But otherwise, he's troubled by those funny things which have there's no problem, but they make it a problem. They ask for it. So many. And do you think they follow also instruction? Karta hi nahi koi. So here Krishna is saying to be safe, Jada. And if somebody genuinely, as I gave you the example now, seeks the solution, just as service you tell them. These are all Avadhuta Lakshanas. Third one is what? Vadet Unmattavatu Vidwan. He is a Vidwan. Everything he knows. But Vadet Unmattavat means speak in a very secret code language. One way for us acharyas is speak in such a way that केले का छिलका निकाल के केले को मैश करके बच्चों को जैसे खिलाते हैं ऐसे बताना है ना, like the banana skin removed, mashed that the banana is made it paste and given to children when they start become able to digest. That's how is the beginning. So the acharyas are expected to teach that way to children, to the students in the beginning. That is how they get clarity of the Vishya. But later on, at the level of Avadhuta, he says, Vidvanapi unmattavat vadet. Unmattavat vadet. And that in that unmattata only, the secret of the sadhanas and the truth is revealed. The अवधूत वाणी अगर आप उसको scrutinize, if you do it, if you really do the dissection of it, you will see the absolute shastras hidden in them. But they talk just like Unmatta only. Unmatta includes, there's no grammatical arrangement of the words or sentences. You understand? There appears to be no meaning at all in them. They say, you jammer, he says. What do you mean, you jammer? Go and die. Go and die means kill your ego. No, they indicatively say, but you don't know, jammer kare, what is this? How can the Avadhuta tell me? He'll tell like that only. His words are so difficult it is. Vidwan hai, but he speaks like Unmattavat. Finally, Gocharyam Naigamaha Charit. Naigamaha, he has got the Nigama of all Shastra quotation, but Gocharyam Charit. He just in that self. All Shastras is not to know the self. Self is known. He knows all of them, but like when a cow or any such animal, when it's fully taken the grass, it just sits one place. Gocharya it is called as. Anything you do, Sankalpa, you are giving reality to the world. Then you will be answerable to solve the world and worldly problems and all. It is an endless one. At the Avadhuta level. At our level, we take world as real for the bhoga, therefore we must take the world as real for the yoga also. So from the bhogi to yogi we come. Through yoga, when we reach the self, these all are applicable for us also. Then he says, Vedavadarata nasyat. वेदवादर्थपार्थ नान्यदस्तीतिवादिनः कामात्मानः सर्गपराः जन्म कर्म फलप्रदाम्. Second chapter Bhagavan says वेदवादरतः न स्यात्. Why? Because वादो नावलम्ब्यात् बाहुल्यावकाशत्वात् अनियतत्वाच्च. Everywhere it comes कि वेदवादरथ means you have a knowledge and you want to prove it for others. This is one meaning of Vedavada Rata. Rata means reveling in. Vada means argument unnecessary. Veda about the knowledge which you have. Or Veda includes Shastra. No need to do the Vada on the Veda. Truth is truth. You tell. If they listen, listen. If not, sorry, I don't know more than that. All our Upanishads are given as samvada for a jignasu who has fulfilled the four sadhanas of sampada. Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhi, Shatka, Sampada, Mumukshutvam. Fully the one who has gone, to him only through Shravana, Manidhyasana, Tattva is revealed. Not for the one who comes to do the Vada Vivada. Anybody comes for argument itself shows that he has got his own preconceived idea or notion. He will try to impose that only. And nobody, even the Rishi Muni or Bhagavan Vyasa Veda Shankara Bhagavan can come and convince a person on the Vedas if he himself has a preconceived idea, like the non-Hindus. They would do whatever, they will not accept because they have decided. Once you decide not to, what can anybody like children decide to be disobeying parents? Anything you do, they won't, they decided. That disciple also decided not to listen to Guru. Actually, the relation is cut first of all. Nobody is Guru disciple now. But once it is decided, now you can't change. In the same way, Vedavadarata nasyat. Because in the Vada you have to use Tarka. And Tarka is not Vastu Pradhana, it is Vyakti Pradhana. It's called Vastu Tantra or Vyakti Tantra. Vedanta is Vastu Tantra. Means it talks about the existing Vastu. Whether you understand or realize or not. But the Vyakti Tantra is, I am not concerned about it. I am concerned about my own opinion. That is called logic. When I decide something, I use all those quotes, logics to say that is true. Tarko apratishtaha sruteyo vivinnaha naiko rushiryasya mata pramanam. All these we see in the Yaksha Prashnas and all in Mahabharata, etc. So Veda Vadarata nasyat. Too much of Vada don't do with the people. Logically, you will never come to. That's why Shraddha. Naisha Tarkena Madhirapaneya Prokta Annenaya Sugnanaya Preshta. Pray to get a guru who is experiencing it and who can guide towards that. He gives sadhanas, we keep doing it, reach out. While going through any difficulties, you ask him, he gives answer. Many answers are understandable, one or two not understandable, but on the strength of faith, you believe them. After some time, that answer will dissolve. But don't hold on to Vada and Tarka and all. We will never. तर्क कुछ लेवल तक हेल्प करेगा, बियॉन्ड इट गोज इट विल डिस्प्रूव एवरीथिंग, शास्त्र को परमात्मा को सब वो कर देता है. ये शामति तर्केण न आपनेय. तर्क इज इंटेलेक्ट्स वर्क. हाउ कैन द सेल्फ which is beyond intellect be the one which can be held by the intellect? Neither it can be disproved by logic nor it can be proved by logic, because it is a truth. ट्रुथ के लिए लॉजिक क्या चाहिए, पागल है? Neither can be proved nor can be disproved. Like I, do I exist or not? My own pure existence. Any tarka disproves me? The entire world of 700 crore people come and use all logics to say that you are not there. With all logics. But I know I am there, is my experience. They are all tarka cannot deny my experience. In the same way, to establish my experience to them, I need not use any tarka. Neither can they can disprove nor I need to prove. क्या किसी को प्रूव करूं तो वो लोग माने तभी मैं रहता हूं क्या? That when you accept me that I exist or what? Oh, not necessary. I need not have tarka to prove my existence. Nor anybody can disprove me. Because I am that experience. I am experiencing it. Is it not? So too, here says Vedavadarata nasyatu. Clear? And na pashandi. Na pashandi means pakhandi bhi mat banna. Pakhandi means totally nastika. Nasti means beyond what is seen through senses, there is no other world to go, other dharma punya to be performed. You are hungry, you loot, plunder, eat. That is called as pakhandavada. I am hungry, it is there. I asked, he did not give, I took it. Why should he not give when I am hungry? He should give. He did not give, so I took it. Like that language they talk, the pakhandi. They don't have the faith in the dharmas, they don't have faith in punya, they don't have no, faith acceptance any of the spirituality, no values at all. That's called pakhandi. The pakhandi syat means, yes, you are beyond all rule regulation, but through your mouth, though you are in the avaduta sthiti, the disproving, the disregarding words of Shastra should not come. That's how some great avadutas, they are really great, but some of their words appear like this, they disregard Veda, etc. Therefore, many people don't like them. Though they are speaking highest, yet they are pakhandi because they are rejecting the time immemorial coming authority of the Vedas, etc. Vedas not required is in the experience level. In Vyavahara, before experience, after experience, the authority of Shastra is to be accepted. Na pakhandi. Okay, na Vedavarata, na pakhandi. As the third one, na haitukaha. Again, as I just now said, haitukaha. Hetuvada. Like we saw in morning class, hetu phala, karya karana. ज़्यादा नहीं सोचना है तो है बस. With so much of study of Mandukya, if you really study, this hetu phalavada goes away. Hetu are all our karma samskara. Phala is the dehadi. Again, if dehadi become hetu, then karma all becomes a phala. In this way, hetu karma vada. Karya karana vada, you call it as. It is a very highly thing. I'll put it this way, just to come out of the Shastriya way of saying, which we generally don't do. In this world, you need not have too much of anxiety, worry about finding causes. Then, jo hai, so hai, accept. It's okay. Especially with regard to the others. Try to find the causes, try to solve it. It is so much of cumbersome job it is. You don't be the manager of the world. खुश रहो बस जहाँ है. हेतु ढूंढोगे तो हेतु मिलेगा तो भी दुख होगा, नहीं मिलेगा तो भी दुख होगा. Why this fellow is so hating me nowadays? You know, when you don't know, you suffer. When you know, it is suffer. Know or don't know, both depend on the question why that person is hating. That is called a hetu. Instead of that, he is hating, he doesn't like her. But till now, yesterday, a few months back, he loved you. That was okay. That time, that I accepted. This time, this I accepted. The moment you see the cause, you will. Well, that person himself doesn't know. Do you think we, with all this wisdom, know every moment that our behavior is based on our conscious knowledge or wisdom? Forget about it. What actions happening, what thoughts happening through us, we are not at all aware every moment. Utna wisdom kaha hai hamare paas? It's just going on happening only. Like this class is conducted. It is not our conscious effort. It is Ishvara Krupa, we accepted. That's it. It's going on. In the same way, even though we think we are doing it, it is just happening through us, many things. Therefore, hetu, even in others also don't search, just accept it. And bachke rehna, that always is there. Is it not? Somebody didn't like you. No, bachke raho, but don't bother too much that person and yourself. Leave them, give them freedom. Okay, go to the next level. There's so many who love you. Go there. You only love. The entire problem of the world is not at all you not able to get love. That's absolutely wrong. But we think all that. Nobody loves me. The entire problem of life is not able to give love. If you start giving, there's no question of expecting or receiving. I'm talking about hetu ada. In that, this topic is very crucial. बस ऐसा क्यों हुआ ऐसा मत पूछो क्योंकि हुआ ही नहीं अब क्यों का क्या बताता पाखंडी नहीं होना वेदवादरत नहीं होना हेतुवादी नहीं होना Vedavadharata, holding on to Veda and tracking that standpoint. We do that. Pakhandi is rejecting Veda and living independently. And Hetuvada for everything trying to find the reason. And reason is not reasonable. For every answer through reason, again question emerges. But why? That fellow is cruel, therefore he insulted you. That is understood. Why he insulted? Because he is cruel. Up to that the answer came. But the next question, but why he is cruel? How can you answer? No, his vasanas are like that. But why? From so many lives he's carrying that. But why? Can you get answer to that? No, choda bas. How wife and husband stay together a long time, 40, 50 years. Not because of love. Only because that they drop the hetuwada. A wise wife and husband, in 3, 4 years, they understand that they can't improve each other. They accept each other. No hetuwada. And those who get separated, the only reason is hetu. And this fellow says, you are bad because of that hetu, I want to correct you there. And she also says, you are bad this way, this is hetu. Both of them don't want to accept their hetus. They are imposing another. They were hetu mein he chale aata. Hetu, tu ja, main ja. They get separated. Hetuvad. It's all play of the Lord. Take that leela of devotion. Or take, it has spiritual knowledge. Ki, there's nothing happening. It's only appearance. Third, at least a personal level, if you give value, then it enters the mind, then mind is disturbed. कुछ भी बचा है कि ज़्यादा हेतुवाद में नहीं फंसना किसी का आंसर नहीं होता नमक क्यों डाला ज़्यादा सब्जी में जानबूझकर नहीं डाला पर तुमने डाला मेरे को बीपी इफेक्ट ध्यान से डालना चाहिए था ना if you really search out the hetu that person also gets instigated in the ego no because I didn't do it deliberately but he's pointing out not accepting my standpoint. So they also argue. Then what happens? Small little salt extra हो गया कम हो गया creates so much bitterness mutually. That's a हेतुवाद. नहीं तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा है तो और पानी डाल लो उसमें या दूसरा डिश मंगाओ. Find as many solutions as possible for by which you don't make an issue of anything through hetu. Don't question anybody's intention or try to understand because you will not end up in anything. Only common है सब बेवकूफ है हमारे तरह. Then बेवकूफ you can't expect to be great things. Only ज्ञानी is the one who doesn't involve anywhere. He is in Brahma Anubhuti. अब क्या कहें? You know why Guru accepts all of us? You know बेवकूफ इनको कैसे होते हैं लोग? Then they have that compassion. That's why they tolerate us and train us. Anyway, next comes a Shushkavada Vivade. देखो शुष्कवाद in a dry vada vivada, in the dry arguments. What do you mean of dry argument? Every argument is dry. You know, the antidote of argument is love. When love is there, where is the argument? Is in acceptance. When the love is not there, then they are separate from each other. Then they argue. That argument leads only to suffer. That's why every Vada Vivada actually Shushka. It dries up. Shushka Vada Vivade na kanchit paksham samashriyet. If you are wise, don't take anybody's position. Very tough it is. Shushka Vada. And all domestic problems are Shushka Vada Vivada. There's kuch nahi hai. You don't love each other, that's it. Then kya kare? Love each other, that's it. That's it. You start doing it, you don't see any mistakes. That's so when you love some person fully, purely from the heart, thousand mistakes that person does, you don't even find one. The moment the gap starts happening, love gets reduced. Even the best of the things are also taken as bad. That's how the mind works. Therefore, when you love the world, love it. When you love it, accept it. When you accept, there is no Shushka Vada Vivada. You don't enter into Shushkavad Vivada, just purely love all. तुम क्यों जो भी हो मैं love you बस. In that flood of love, everything should be flown from our heart. That person understands my love or not, he will improve or not, he will reciprocate or not. Again, that expectation is samsara. I am clearing my bosom. Is there any malice in my mind? No. Do you understand Shastra? Yeah. As per Shastra, are you able to love that person purely from the core of your heart? Express in terms of prayer for that person's all round welfare. Yeah, your job is done. Beyond that, don't expect from that person to listen or understand. ये सिनेमा में होता होगा जिंदगी में नहीं होता. Up to that only we have our role to play. That discretion intelligence we should have because other person doesn't want to change. He will change after 20 lives. He will be like that only. Don't insist. Change yourself. You are not here to change the world. Ourselves should not argue. Shushka. So too, when two people are in that Vada Vivada with a Shushka, Shushka means a pithless or baseless or meaningless topic is taken for Vada Vivada. कंचित पक्ष न किसी का पक्ष नहीं लेना. I don't know is the best thing every time. Save your skin first. And why should we say I don't know? Because the fact is that I don't know. Why is it I don't know? Because did you study all Shastra? Have you referred to such things of the past? Even the judgment giving Supreme Court Chief Justice also, I don't know only he says. That is why he refers to IPC. He never says, therefore, मैं जवाब दे रहा हूँ कि मुझे जानता है, मैं जानता हूँ. He cannot say that. He will say according to IPC, not according to my. The judge only gives judgment referring to the IPC, etc. He has none of his own personal because he doesn't know because his knowledge nobody accepts. That's why the best way is what in Shastra, this is what said. But that Shastra, the other fellow doesn't listen, is a Pakandi. Or he knows Shastra more than you, then he brings other sloka from other Shastra. Then he will either enter into the Vedavadarta or in the Pakanda. or Hetuvad. कंचिस पक्ष में न उधर से चले जाओ. See, always in the world, give the love and service by giving some money, giving some seva. Bas, move band. The oral vocal seva, nobody is ready to listen. That also, If at all, give words of consolation, encouragement, full stop. The moment you try to explain to them, give the knowledge or the wisdom, nobody will take it. मैं अपना अनुभव बता रहा हूँ, nobody will take. अनुभव मतलब when Guru gave knowledge, I did not take. Love I took. Not the other example which you thought. How important are these? Not only for Yati, ये अवधूत के लक्षण है, but then to all of us also to save our skin. Don't they help us? वेदवादरतो न स्यात् न पाखंडी न ऐतुकः शुष्कवाद विवादे न कंचित पक्षम समाश्रयेत्. Don't take parties. Shushkavada vivada. What is Shushkavada? Anything related to the worldliness is Shushkavada. For example, two brothers are fighting about property. Now, this is Shushkavada. They should understand whose needs are more. Then they should have their brothers. Like Rama, Bharata. They never had Shushkavada vivada. Both of them know. Rama knows Rajya belongs to him, but more than belongingness, it is father's words, therefore it should be given to Bharata. Bharata knows that I must follow both Rama and Dasharatha's words, therefore I'll have to manage the kingdom, but actually it is not mine, therefore I should not own. See, they never argued. Everybody's mission is fulfilled there. Kaikeyi's wish is fulfilled. Okay, Dasharatha's wish fulfilled. Bharata's whatever dharma he has followed. Rama, whatever Pitruvakti, everything he has done. Dharmastha. So perfect. Only thing was there was no involvement in Shushkava. In other places, both brothers fight. They want 50-50%. Court says so. You go for court and agree. You may agree, but inside the jalan hota rehta hai. One logic is the father's property should go 50-50%. Because that immature thing the court has to say. Why it is immaturity? Because उस प्रॉपर्टी को अर्न करने के टाइम इवन टू द फादर आउट ऑफ दोज सन्स बोथ ऑफ देम एक ने ज्यादा हेल्प किया होगा. You don't know that, no. Other thing is one, from the requirement standpoint, you will see, one brother has 2 sons, other fellow has 3 daughters. अब इसका एक खर्च ज्यादा होगा ना in a Indian calculation parlance. Now, which court will argue like this? It will not. It will never be. That's a एक rule बनाती है court, and we because we don't have love, we go to the court for the case, and we listen to some third useless fellow, whoever he may be. I'm not blaming the position or anybody. Instead of we mutually loving. The brother with the sons, he should say, "Yeah, you have daughters 3, शादी करने, you take more." खत्म. I'm just giving an example. Any such example. Throughout life, every day such things come in front of us. If you can see other person's need and if you can see the love in you, there is no need of any argument or discussion. Else there will be Shushkavada. You don't take position. There are very rare cases. Okay? Both of them say, this person knows better, so let us abide by whatever he says. So they come to you for suggestion. तो आप तुम भी ऐसा हो तो अच्छा होगा, शायद मैं सोचता हूँ आप ट्राई करके देखना, ऐसा कर देना. Don't judge, don't decide. When two are arguing, decision लगाओ तो दोनों में एक की तरफ हो जाएगा. Then other will become नाराज and दुखी. That is a Tyaga and Prema is solution for every problem. Lack of those two is the cause of all problems. वस्तु का त्याग करके प्रेम को बढ़ाना है. हम प्रेम का त्याग करके वस्तु के ऊपर आसक्ति रखते हैं. That's how we caught up. And it's lot of things, as I said in the example, 3 daughters, give money. No, then next summer, because some fortune, if this person becomes richer, he will give again back to the brother when it's in the need. Like that, it's an endless. So, Bhagavan very clearly says, don't come to the level again of the mind or intellect and its entire samsara, out of which you came by your own Vedanta Jnana, Dhyana. फिर से वापस नहीं फंसना. Yeah. Next he says, बहुत important श्लोक है ये गीता में, everywhere it comes. नो द्विजेत जनात धीरः जनम नो द्विजयेत न तो अतिवादान्ति तिक्षेत नावमन्येत करहिचित् कच्छन देहमुद्दिश्य पशुवत् वैरं कुर्यान्न केनचित् देहमुद्दिश्य पशुवत् वैरं कुर्यान्न केनचित्. What a beautiful sloka. All the points said in these three lines are very essential. First one, na udvijeta janatu. From the people, because of the words of people, because of the behavior of people, don't get udvega in you. Udvega is the disturbance, the disappointments, the dukkha. All of that don't get from the people. How? Dhira. Become dhira. Dhira means have that patience. How that patience comes? Only two things, understanding and love. What is understanding? There's nothing to be understood. What is love? Just love whether you understand or not. How important is this? See? No, udvijeta janat dhiraha. If this one conviction we take up, all reactions go away, then only we can love others. Logics are same. Because my prarabdha, that person has said so. Because that person's ignorance, that person has said so. Bhagavan wanted him to express like that for me, therefore he said. These are all happening. But inside udvega ko mat pala. Then what to do? Either knowledge, how have the patience or have the love or the ability of forgiveness. Somebody bent upon troubling us, yet don't become udvejita inside you. That is called the success in life. That how it happens? Only by refusing to get udvegita or disturbed or troubled. Refuse to become troubled. Refuse to be miserable. I don't want to have udvega. Bhagavan is not giving any solution how to become free from udvega. He says, not becoming udvejita, the decision itself is solution, he says. One word he used, dhiraha. Be firm in your own decision that come what may, I am not going to be disturbed. Inside. When you are disturbed, then you, to avoid the disturbance, you react. That reaction is like adding fuel to the fire. It will become more blazing only. In two people when they come and somebody speaks to create udvega in him, if he remains quieter, after some time he becomes calm. If also starts, then that where it goes to become weak conflagration. The same Gita, Yasmanno Dvijate Lokaha, Lokanno Dvijate Chayaha, Harshamarsa Bhayo Dvegay Muktaha, Yasachame. This is the only shloka in the Gita 12th chapter where Bhagavan never used the word bhakta. In every shloka he was saying, the one who practices these values and also a bhakta, he is more dear to me. Yo mad bhakta same priyaha, yo mad bhakta same priyaha, yo mad bhakta, along with values. In this shloka, have these values. No need to be as a bhakta also. Still, I love you. In this shloka, yo mad bhakta doesn't come if you carefully observe. See, yasmad na udvijate loka. Lokat na udvijate cha yaha. Then harsha amarsha bhaya udvegahi muktaha yaha. Same priyaha. He need not be bhakta also. He gives you may be nastika, still I love you if you can do this. In other shlokas, yomad bhakta. Is it not? Anapeksha sushirdaksha udasino gatavyadha sarvananda parityagi bhaktiman yasya priya. In almost of the shlokas, yomad bhakta, yomad bhakta. तुल्य निंदा स्थितिर्मानी संतुष्टो येन केनचित अनिकेत स्थिरमणि भक्तिमान में प्रियो नरः. Everywhere भक्तिमान होना है. इसमें never mentioned. You did not become bhakta. I will become your bhakta. Same shloka here. There lastly said Harshamaya Bhaya Udvegahi Muktoyaha. Here Udveja, he started with that only. So, what is the sentence? Now Udvijeta Janat. First is what? The world is like that. Don't get Udvega. and many of them don't mean what they say. And at the spur of moment, because of non-control of mind or speech, like we, they also in the spur of moment they say. And in the long run, everybody uh, is slowly improving only. 10 years back, who created problem to us? We forget that problem also. It's not so influential. That person also has grown. Nobody remains same. As years pass by, everybody becomes mature. Everybody. The Jnani also becomes mature in terms of his expressions. Like what Vivekananda spoke when the age was 25. What he spoke at the age of 40, 35, it will be different. Because those 10 years will not be wasted, no? Puja Gurudev. What he used to speak in the way language in the earlier days with such a ferocious language and speed. And when we become 70, it's a Jameen Asma difference. Hoga. Subject remains same, but in many other things the improvement will be there. I'll not speak same after 10 years. What I was 10 years back, I know what I was. I'm just giving all these reasonings for ourselves. Na udvijeta janat. Only thing, decide. I'm not going to be disturbed by anyone. Not only Yati Lakshana, because when the Yati goes to Avadhuta, anybody will disturb them. उनके देखकर कुछ ना कुछ करेंगे. No Dvijeta, understood? No. Second is more important than that is janam cha no Dvijeta janadira janam cha udvijayet natu. And he also by any of the activity should not create udvega in the jana. With our words, our looks, our actions, or any type of demands, etc. Don't create disturbance in them. That much sensitive we have to be, sensible we have to be in our presence and awareness. No, I can give thousands of examples. When you go to somebody's house, they invited you, went, but where do you leave your chappal? That itself can be the cause of udvega to them if you leave them in wrong place. How do you handle their pet dog? How do you handle their cup and saucer what they give? How do you sit on the chair? एंड ऐसे ही बैठते हैं कि पूरा वो उसका ऊपर का तकिया गिर जाता है. तो ऑल दैट क्रिएट्स उद्वेग टू देम. You have to be very careful. That's why sensitive you have to be. Just very small example I'm giving, but in our non-awareness, this is what we do. See, if those people love you so much, then forgive, they forgive. But that also, if their love for you, of theirs for you is lesser than the objects they love, then they get udvega there. When you sit on the dining table, how you paroso yourself and eat the food. If at all you leave something uneaten, तो कोई बात नहीं हम छोड़ देते, but they get उद्वेग inside. इतने मेहनत करके मैंने बनाया, फेंक दिया उन्होंने. I am telling you, every of their udvega will disturb your peace, meditational peace, your spirituality. So, see, it's so easy to leave everything and stay in jungle. Very, so wonderful, peaceful it is. Today I was watching the wildlife in Amazon. What a wonderful it was. So many animals, that these unseen things. I was feeling only myself moving in those rivers and all. कितना मजा आया. वहाँ जाने का मन हो रहा था. Amazing Amazon. But it is so tough to live among the people. But our wisdom sadhana is tested when we are in the world, not when we are in the jungle. Not knowing this, with our rash and rough words, how much of udvega we create to our own wife or children or our own family members, servants. अरे यार कोई बात नहीं, प्रेम से बोलो बस, कुछ नहीं बिगड़ने वाला, शाश्वत रहता है वो. You may lose lot of material with that, but then you will gain infinite peace inside. Which do you value? The peace of mind or the pieces of the world? The one who values peace of mind is wise person. Because mind is with you always, not the things. Don't create udvega to them. Even walking is an udvega. Your coughing can be udvega. You are driving vehicle on the road. If it is not proper speeded or not in a proper lane, conquering the horn too much, that creates udvega to so many. Very sensitive. The Parama Bhaktas live life like this of not doing any udvega to anyone. They say I should not exist to trouble others. My presence should add to the peace and joy. This is so humble they are. Vaishnava Janato Tene Kaije Pira Parai Janare, that knowing that he removes the pida and doesn't create pida from inside. Na udvijeta jana diraha, then janam na udvijetu. For small little things, how much udvega we do create in the world. You may be boss, 200 people around you. See, they are doing mistake. You can't tolerate the mistake because it is affecting the entire company's growth. So rectify the mistake in a beautiful manner. उद्वेग मत करना. Yes, don't scold मुझे बेटा, तुमको 3 बार मौका दिया but सुधरे नहीं. No, there is a proof because your work is getting disturbed. So I request you just go. No उद्वेग there. Give a chance to them. ऐसा no, I'll rectify. Rectified, काम हो गया. See, when you have to forgive people, you forgive the person, not the mistakes. Because mistakes, if they are forgiven, they'll repeat it. That will be a loss. उसको तो ध्यान से ठीक करना ही है because you can't afford that thing. Give a chance to a people for some time, but can't allow the things to go wrong continuously. That way be matured, परिपक्वता है. But otherwise, उद्वेग मत करना. खुद को भी नहीं कराना, दूसरों को भी नहीं कराना. And whatever helps in doing these two is wisdom only. And with all our forgiveness, as we said 20 minutes back, the people will understand and realize and change and start loving me. ये भी expect नहीं करना. Nothing doing. Nothing. Just be in your own presence and doing your duty. That's it. Second line is Ativada Antitiksheta Navamanida Karechido. These are very, very powerful quotations or explanations. I'll just literally tell this, but we'll see tomorrow. Ativadan titiksheta. Ativada means when others talk in their own vada, crossing all limits as well as dharma, titiksheta. You have your titiksha. This is a very famous quotation of Bhagavat Purana. Here Navamanyata Kanchana is there, some other place Navamanyata Karishit. Adivadan Titiksheta Navamanyata Karishit Kanchana. It came again earlier in one of the skandha. Ativada means the abuses of others, insults of others, they find faults with us. ये सब अतिवाद होता है. In Upanishads, Brahmavid bhavate nativadi, Vidwan bhavate nativadi. Ativada, in the time of freedom struggle, it was the extremists, Ativadi and Mitavadi. We used to study in our Telugu and all, Ativadalu, Mitavadalu. We used to study in Telugu medium. Maja aata tha. I also remember all that. Ati means dharman atikramya vadati. Premam atikramya vadati. Then all the respect, reverence ko atikramya vadati. Titikshit. Sometimes your own children, they don't accept you at that time as a parents and that respect they forget and they argue, they fight. Titiksheta. What can you do? Guru ko disciple log bhi, when they misunderstand. They do ativada. They may not do vocally, but otherwise they'll do. They go away, they talk about Guru behind to somebody like this, aisa kaha aisa. And you will know it. Ativada. And you know it, you never meant it. It's misinterpreted. No, you can't bulao and say beta aisa nahi tha. You'll not listen. Titiksheta. I tell you, Baba, in this world we have come only to exhaust our prarabdha and doing our dharma and knowing the truth. Other than that, any relativity, any our own identity, any relativity with others, in that any giving or taking, all of that is nonsense. But this won't click to us unless we study higher Upanishads and understand the entire life very deeply. Upar upar, you will never understand it. Other than this gross world, etc., is only bondage. The bliss is in close your eyes, just go beyond Dehendra Manobuddhi. In that there is bliss, not in this. So Ativadanti Diksheta, na avamanyeta kanchana. Let others do Ativada to you, but don't yourself do avamana to others. Whether children or anybody. Even in a sarcastic or humorous manner, when you do avamana to children, slowly the children's tender heart registers it. When it is repeated, they develop that aversion towards you and they start hating you. Suddenly one day you say, "Kya hua tumhare ko?" You will also have no answer because you are doing avamana to him, he develops. On the other hand, instead of avamana, you love them. Unknowingly, children develop those affinity, they love towards you. Being with children is the best thing to learn. They are like a mirror only. They reflect what we are. They help us to rectify ourselves. So na avamanyeta karechit. Consciously be inside you, seeing that how you feel bad when others do avamana to you, so too don't do an insult of anyone. Even it's proved that somebody has done wrong, still just calm and quiet you go. Utter not even a word so that he feels guilt or miserable. No. And remember, nobody is perfect. Perfection is impossible in Vyavahara. Mistakes keep on happening. In Vyavahara, there will be mistake happening. With all good intentions, it may be done, but from others' another point of view, it is mistake only. It goes on. The imperfect world may, how can there be perfection? Perfection is a process. In that we keep improving only. We never reach perfection. It never be possible. Something goes on wrong. Like to us, so to others. Therefore, na avamanyeta karechit. And how to do the opposite of it is see the Lord in them and respect the divinity in them. So to respect the jiva who is continuously struggling to grow, that's what Guru sees. In that jiva, the continuously struggling individuality he sees. That's why he keeps on forgiving, never punishes. Now, Manyata Karechito, then comes third, the line is the ultimate of the entire this 11th skandha. Deva skandha, this chapter. Deham uddishya pashvat vairam kuryat na kenachit. Holding yourself as deha and also other as deha. Don't have enmity on the basis of dehosmi drushti like a pashu. भगवान तो गाली दिए बिना रह नहीं पा रहे यहाँ. If you are fighting with others with the standpoint of dehosmi and the things required for deha, you are pashu only. Very important. This needs to be explained at least 10 minutes. Tomorrow we will see. Thank you. Om. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasa Purnamadaya Purnameva Avashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Paramarushibhyo Namaha. Krishna Chandra Bhagavana ki Jai. Sadgunath Maharaj ki Jai. Hari Om friends. Come back for Hindi class.